right, men, and Rob, you too. Finally, the moment you guys have all been waiting for, a long way since Monday, the draft recap. What a draft. 7 guys showed up in person. Next year will be better. We'll hopefully have everybody together. But we had 1 guy drafting on a plane. Go Ron. With 1 guy in New York, Dean. Thanks for sending those pictures. Who else? Landon and Rob colluding and sitting next to each other while they drafted. That was cool. And then Casey, who missed the draft altogether due to thunderstorms. Before we get into the draft results, let's talk about one thing that's kind of important here, the waiver wire. Taylor had a good idea about the bidding system, so we changed it up a little bit. You all have 100 points or $100 for the season to use. Essentially, the way it works is every I want to say it's Wednesday, Thursday morning, Friday, and Saturday morning. Waivers get cleared and people get processed, but basically it's a bidding thing. So if everybody wants the 3rd string running back from the Titans that killed it last week, everybody puts in their bid. We don't know who's, all the bids are anonymous. And at the end, whoever bid the highest gets that player. Then there's tiebreakers too, based on, where you are on the waiver system. But anyways, so you have 100 points for the season. You can do a bid of 0. So if you run out of points, that's fine. You can still bid 0 and you'll get the guy if nobody else bid on him. So that's how the bidding waiver system is going to be working. I've never done it like that, but it sounds pretty cool. So we're doing it like that. So Taylor, good idea. Yeah, it's your first one yet. We're going to get into the draft results. We're going to, a couple ways we're going to do this. One is I put it through fantasydraftpros.com or whatever it is, their draft wizard, and it came back based on a poll of 34 experts. I'm looking at it right here, of who had the best draft in terms of overall points that their team is projected to score throughout the season based on our scoring system. So that's one. We'll get into that. And the second one is just based on that and just my overall viewpoint of the draft and, agree or disagree, but rankings that way. So we're going to start with the team that got last place, so the 12th best draft, and we'll work all the way up until we get to number 1. So without further ado.
All right, so we'll just start off with last place. This shouldn't be any surprise. Casey, you're getting last place. I don't care if it was a tornado, whatever. It's fantasy football, dude. This is life. And you missed the draft. Your team's actually not bad, mostly because I was leading the auto draft effort. I'm clearly the expert here. But, yeah, you missed the draft, man. Remember back when the Raiders played the Buccaneers in the Super Bowl and that guy that was playing center for the Raiders didn't show up to the game and nobody knew where he was? You're that guy. You need to change your team name to the Barrett Robbins Experiment. You get a D+. Make the draft, bro. Make the draft. In 11th place, we actually have a tie for 10th and 11th, but I'm going to give 11th place to Dean. Dean, you're getting a C- here. Your team is actually projected to get 10th in total points, which isn't great to start with. But you did some redeeming things here, which you got the number 2 quarterback, you got Aaron Rodgers, you got the number 2 wide receiver, Odell Beckham. But you took Eddie Lacy. And then a bunch of guys that I guess you're friends with, but I don't think anybody the rest of us have heard of. So we'll see how long that they stay on your team. But good job picking homers. And thanks again for those photos. Seriously, some of us needed those. All right, and then tied with Dean, but you're getting 10th place, which is weird because I actually wanted to give you a D and put you in last place because of how bad I think your team is. But you're just hilarious, and you're always funny, and I'm going to give it to you. Big B, Big Brandon. You're also getting a C-. And the fantasy experts actually have your team rated as 5th best, but you took Marcus Mariota and Jameis Winston as your quarterbacks, and you don't have any running backs at all. You got solid wide receivers, though. I'll give you that. But come on, man. All right, in 9th place, and I think I'm justified here because the experts said that you're going to finish in 8th. Daniel. And mostly, I'm not going to lie to you, it's because regardless of how much I respect our friendship, I don't respect your draft. I was bored. I fell asleep. But now I'm awake and you're getting a C. But good luck, man. You got this. Really original team name, putting your last name in there. Yeah, you got it. All right, in 8th place, we're giving it to Brad. Fantasy experts actually have you rated last, but you have Cam Newton, man. And with Cam, you can never lose. Ask Taylor Davis. He knows all about that last year. You got Brandon Marshall. He's apparently playing for a car this year because that's all he cares about. But good job. I mean, C+, that's a passing grade. It's better than I did most of my college classes. All right, in 7th place, and I know you're all going to really fight me on this because you're going to be like, dude, this guy's draft was incredible. He should be higher. I'm getting 7th place with a B-. And now I know what you're thinking. I mean, this guy, he's got it all, right? He's got Adrian Peterson, Andrew Luck, Tom Brady, Todd Gurley. Just a team set for this year to win now and for the future. He's got it all. But did no one want to mention the fact that I drafted Trey Mason in the 11th round and nobody's heard from Trey Mason in 5 months? He's in jail. And none of you knew that. And neither did I. So I get a B-. 6th place, we have a tie. Tie is going to the past champion. So for 6th place, Rob. And Rob, I'm going to be honest with you. You caused a lot of people headaches during that draft, just continuously yelling at people through the webcam. We should have muted you. My bad. But, you did some good things. You're projected 4th in total points. You had 5 steals, more steals than anybody else, according to the experts. But you drafted a bunch of Raiders, and they're in your starting lineup. And I don't even think the Raiders want to be in their own starting lineup. So, 6th place. But B, good job. 5th place is going to our former back-to-back champion. It's just not going to happen for you this year, but you did good. Number 1 tight end with Gronk. Number 1 receiver to Antonio Brown, but a B in total. Looks like 7th in total points. Taylor Davis. Yet another mediocre draft. I'm sure I'll be getting scammy trades from you within the next 24 hours. I welcome them. I'll be happy to just rape and pillage through your team. See you in the finals this year? In 4th place, another tie, 2 guys with B pluses, but 4th place is going to Ryan Schott. Schott, I really like your team. The fantasy experts think you'll finish in 6th and say you almost half your picks were reaches. But I think you got a good team here, man. Drew Brees, Des Bryant, Randall Cobb, Travis Kelce. Just starters, just loaded across the board. And you're a former football player, D1 at UCLA, for those of you who didn't know. So we got to give you the edge here. Good job, man. 3rd place is going to Ron, almost solely based off of the fact that you drafted from an airplane without being able to talk to any of us and making all your picks over GChat. I've never heard of that being done before. And you killed it, man. Your team looks really good. Your logo looks really good. But you took Le'Veon Bell, so I guess you know something we don't know about him not being suspended for the first 4 games, especially when you're taken with the 6th pick. All right, in 2nd place, and I hate to do this because of sibling rivalry, but the guy who's actually projected, whose team to perform the best, according to the experts, is Kyle. So getting an A-, which we wanted to put you first and rate you higher, but we polled all the experts, and they just can't get over the fact that you didn't make 1 draft pick within the allotted time that you were given. You're ridiculous. It's probably because you spent more time talking about who had the most white players on their draft board. But regardless, somehow you overcame that and has the best team, according to the draft experts. So I'm questioning it. Plus, I don't know. Whatever. You got 2nd place, A-. Good stuff. All right, in 1st place, who's getting an A here? At some point, you're going to have to... I don't know if anybody's looked at his team name. I'm not going to say it out loud because this is going on YouTube and I feel like I'll get death threats. But Landon, you're getting an A. I'll tell you what, if this was last year, you would have already won this thing. AJ Green, Demaryius Thomas, Jamal Charles, Russell Wilson, Martellus Bennett. You got a squad. You even got Josh Gordon. So you two can go smoke weed together while he's sitting on the bench for probably the whole season. But if he plays, good job. You're projected to get the 2nd most points, and your squad just looks really nice, man. So congratulations. Good job, Landon. Good job, everybody else. All right, that's it, guys. So, yeah, next year will be fun. We'll do the draft in person. Let the waiver wire pickups and just obscene and annoying trade proposals begin. The NFL season starts in